Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome back to another awesome episode of Elev8. Should be a really good one. We got an interview coming up with Dan, aka the Bearded Menace, on Instagram. He's a super dope fume worker, and I'm super excited to talk to him. But first, we're going to jump over and talk to Steve real quick.
What up, y'all? I want to say thanks a lot for joining us again on this super cool Elev8. Tonight, we got Dan Knowles here, aka the Bearded Menace. This dude's stuff is so fire. His Sherlocks are out of control, and I think I'm going to be inspired to make one tonight. He really incorporates the Sherlocks into almost everything. It's mind-blowing how he's doing it, what he's doing, and the cleanliness. That's next level, and that's what I just love. I just got done making some of this trippy tech stuff here, and I'm really excited about it. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to see if I can't get some out to Dan, but we got some of this stuff. It turns into this stuff here, and then we redo more stuff. But anyways, really want to say have a happy Friday. Go check out Dan Knowles here, aka the Bearded Menace. Follow him and support him. Anyways, peace out. Elevate mind, body, spirit. Take it away, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Steve. That was super awesome. And now for our very special interview with Dan, aka the Bearded Menace. Hey, Dan, how's it going, man?
Hey Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing on this wonderful Friday?
Fantastic. Just got home from getting some fastening done, working on some fastening. That's gonna be really fun. So adding that
Very cool.
to the whole repertoire.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Is that something you picked up recently or started working
Yeah,
with?
just being really influenced. I've been around some really great people, great gem cutter. Cowboy is always faceted, like top notch. This guy Fractal Facets always top notch and everything. So they just kind of gave me the bug. Thought it's something that I wanted to do for a while, and figured I would.
Nice, very cool, very cool. So before we really dive into what stuff you're doing right now, let's talk about how you got started blowing glass.
Oh man, so it's a really interesting story actually. I really got into blowing glass. I bought my first heady piece from Preston Hanna. Was a Preston Hanna. I didn't buy it directly from him. And then I met up with him so he could make a matching dabber and dish for it, because this is when actually people used dishes back in the day. And great guy, loved him. And then I was just like, yo, if you need any like shop stuff done, I'd love to get something done. I'm looking for something to do. And he was full up at the time, so got myself a little job, then started working at a head shop. And then he hit me up, and it was fate from then. I watched around, did a bunch of managerial stuff. And then just got it was just there, it was in front of me 24/7. So I was just like, I started melting stuff together with like a little vector torch and like building little I was just like, oh, I'm having a hard time shooting this pendant for him. Let's make a holder. So like I started using a little vector torch to like get like little like 4mm together and like get it to stick, and it was just hot enough to stick and not break apart. And I was just like, all right. Then he started letting me use his hand torch, and then it just kind of went up from there.
Nice.
Yeah. And then moved up to Eugene, started taking it really seriously. It's just been kind of fate since.
Heck yeah. What sort of things did you start making when you first started blowing glass?
So I'm a giant Sherlock fan, and I just kind of tried to jump directly into Sherlocks.
Oh yeah.
So that will forever be my love. That will forever be my favorite style of pipe. Sidecars and hammers are like tied for really, really close second. But yeah, that Sherlock, I really started making Sherlocks first.
Nice.
That's really what I jumped into.
Very cool, very cool. So you would say that you had a mentor when you were starting?
Yeah, Preston, Rob Morrison really helped me out.
Oh, nice.
He was when I was in he's actually the reason I moved up to Eugene, and again started taking it really seriously and all of that stuff. Lived with him for about 6 months. We worked in the garage together. And then I was able to get a spot at Mountain Jam Glass, and yeah, it just turned serious as soon as I got a spot at Mountain Jam. So,
Nice.
you know,
Very cool.
it was fun stuff. So yeah,
Have you-
Rob, Preston, pretty much anybody that I've worked with, I've looked up to. I don't really, I'm just always learning. So,
Yeah.
all these people that just are even willing to share their knowledge with me, I'm forever grateful to. And yeah, I always look up to them.
Yeah, definitely. Have you had a chance to work with Rob or Preston recently?
I have never had the chance to work with Preston. Rob and I have done a few things, and yeah, we haven't really done anything too recent. What was the last thing we made? I think like a pendant or something. Nice little.
Sure.
Oh no, there's me, Arpad, and Rob got down on a three-way with one of his cows. I fumed up some sections for him, and he used it as like sleeves and shoes. Came out really cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So fume is definitely something that you focus your work on. Did you have fume artists that you look up to early in your career?
I mean, yeah, like Maka's always up there. I mean, Keenan Timeyer, the stuff he does is really crazy. Royal blows my mind with like how many layers he's able to get on there apparently, and it's just like, dang,
Yeah.
that's crispy for, how I know that glass went on there,
Yeah.
And that's something, yeah, these are all cats that I look up to because, especially Royal, because like I said, he's just like, you work your prep kind of like the same way I do, and it's like a lot of, uneven amounts of glass go on it, and it's just like, yo, I like the evening that out. It's definitely difficult, and yeah, you get a lot of crispy stuff going.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. Have you ever taken any classes throughout your career?
I have taken one class. Excuse me. I have taken a Mark Lammy class, and that was while I was at Mountain Jam. But past that, no, I've never really had any like formal education. It's really just like hanging around the shop, being there, and just trying to put that time in and trying to be there, and just just wanting to learn.
Very cool.
So,
very cool.
Yeah.
What drew you to focus primarily on fuming?
So I like colors, they're cool, but I like the chemistry behind fuming. I like, it makes you work a little bit more, in my opinion. It makes you really focus on, application, because there's so much that can go different and just go not wrong in fuming, but like just not give you the desired results between.
There's a lot of variables at play.
Yeah, and just to be able to master all that and say that what you look like you're doing is just, I don't know, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's pleasing. It's pleasing to my eye. So I like to be able to, if it's pleasing to my eye, I like to think that it's going to be pleasing to other people's eyes. So yeah, that's really what drew me to fuming, is just the chemistry end of it.
Nice. Have you had any period throughout your career where you like shifted away from it briefly or for a period of time?
I've only added to it. Like fuming has been my base. Like, because that's why I enjoy glass blowing right there, is just the fuming is the fun. And then the J-Lock, the Sherlock J is also the fun. But yeah, the fuming is the fun. And if I can add to that and do different things with my fume, that's what I'm really going for. But yeah, like this whole, faceting, adding, complementary colors to my fume sections to make sure that they pop and make sure that they're accented nicely. Stuff like that is just always adding to what I can do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite fume pattern or application?
I am terrible at keeping like patterns straight, so I try to go organic as possible, and that's also why it's a blessing and a curse, because every piece is completely different from one another, but at the same time it does leave me little problems for me when I'm making things, because like I said, not the same amount of glass goes on the outside all the time.
Yeah.
So I'll just have to even all that out, and it takes a little bit longer. But but yeah, that's as far as my style. It's just like a very organic. I call it the time warp. And everything's really different. It's really fun because you can put two pipes together and just they're the same style, but you'll get lost in both of them, and you'll just be like, whoa, look at this spot right here compared to this spot right here. And it's just that's really what I love about it.
Yeah, look at the way the light hits this versus hits this.
Oh yeah, and that's what it is. And it's just like I don't really have to worry about lines being straight, because again, I'm self-admittedly just not the best at that. And I just got to work around that.
Yeah, definitely. Do you prefer fume with just clear or fumed with a color behind it?
So I'm really traditional. If there's gonna be a color behind it, it's got to be black. If not, it's got to be on clear with accenting colors on top and bottom, stuff like that. But I'm just really traditional, and it's either you got to fill it in because that's the fun of fume, or it's got to be on black, because I do understand that some people just don't like to see dirty pipes. That's something that I learned working in a head shop. Like, some people just don't like to see dirty pipes. Yeah. And I respect that. But, to respect a fume pipe, it's got to be filled in.
You got to watch that transition through all those colors. Yeah, it's
like, if you don't want to see a dirty pipe, fine, I'll put it on black for you. And then everything's filled in, and then, that you get the best of both worlds, Definitely. In my opinion.
Definitely. But do you personally prefer plain clear or backed with black?
Oh, I personally prefer clear. I love watching my pipes fill in.
Me too. I'm the same way.
I'm working on this JD Maple Stick collab that we were able to get together.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm working on throwing this bad boy in. I don't know if you can see it. It's really bad lighting, but there's my marble.
There's plenty of colors in there, even with the not so great lighting. It's all good, dude. You can tell that it's a gem.
I'm working on filling that boy in, and I just like, it's kind of just my thing. I'll get a new pipe and I'll fill it in, and that'll be what I do.
Nice. What is your favorite item to blow? Pipes, rigs, pendants, marbles?
I'm a dry pipe guy. I love making dry pipes.
Nice. And you mentioned earlier that Sherlocks were your favorite shape.
Yeah, Sherlocks. I love, I really want to be able to get more organic with my style, because I like to think I'm very traditional with my style. Like, I just buy the book of what like Sherlock shapes are, what this shape is. I'm trying to learn. Oates, homie in the shop, is really good at like organic shaping and everything, and I've been trying to like get a hold of some of his knowledge. He learned from Banjo, he's learning from Cowboy, like he's learning from like a bunch of top end guys, and
some serious knowledge going on there.
Yeah, no, he's been behind the torch for like, I want to say like 18 plus years. So
dang.
It's just like, I'm like, all right, well, I love the way you shape stuff, and I really feel like that organic shaping is very old school, and like very, very like lot stuff, and you just see that type of stuff, and I'm just like, I really want to connect with that, because that's the stuff I loved.
Yeah.
I love that really organic shaping. So dry pipes, always the winner.
Nice. Speaking of dry pipes, one of my favorite things that you've started doing recently is the Sherlock slides. What inspired those?
So I love those. I love making them. They are so much fun. It's a little bit of a challenge for me. I hope people see and love the effort that I'm willing to put into them, and I do put into them, and I just hope they really start taking off.
Dude, I love them. I love showing them to people too.
Dude, it's one of those things. Again, I have a couple of Sherlock slides, and they're just old school stuff. Like, I got like an old Artie slide that he made back in like 08 or something, or 06, and it's just like, all right, like that was sitting like, all right, like I haven't seen those in a very long time, so I'm gonna try and bring them on back, and see how people receive it. So far I've gotten a lot of positive reviews on them, and people love them. So just keep it going. That's what I'm trying.
Well, I definitely really like them too. So here's more positive feedback for you.
Thank you very much.
What would you say is the most difficult piece you've ever attempted?
Bubblers every single time, whatever bubbler it is, every single time. And it goes back to my whole thing about I get very critical on myself and I start focusing on stuff and it's not stuff that I should be focusing on. And I want to put out a very nice bubbler. And yeah, that's all there is. It's just I want to put out the nicest bubbler I possibly can. And it's just I get very critical on myself because it's still something that I still struggle with the moves on, and I just need to make more of them. But yeah, that's it. That's the piece.
Nice. You mentioned earlier a little bit about collaborations. Do you do collaborations often?
Yeah, I mean, I'm terrible at male collabs, so to everybody out there that is going to be watching this, and I am sitting on a few of your sections, I'm sorry.
You're not the first person who's admitted that in one of these interviews, so don't feel bad. It's okay.
I'm terrible at male collabs. Like, it's all like to me. And this is something that I learned and I didn't understand while I was working with Preston, because I did hit a few people up and ask them about male collabs because Preston was getting ready for a show at the time. And their response was exact same as my response. It's got to be in person, man. Like, it's all about the vibe. It's all about being there. It's all about the person there, you know?
Yeah.
You're just handing off sections and they're doing whatever you want with it. And
Exactly.
that's cool. I get it. There's definitely to it, but it doesn't have the same feel to the piece, you know? It's like when you got that vibe going with someone and you guys are stoked on a piece you put together, whoo, there's just something, it just hits different, you know? It just hits different.
Definitely.
But yeah, I love collabs, but I'm just terrible. Like, a lot of the stuff that I do is like I'm sitting on a few things that came through the mail, and I'm just like, so it's got to be in person.
For sure.
So.
That's not that is not the first time that I've gotten that answer, that they like the vibe of an in-person collab much more than mail collabs.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's just got to be, you know, you got to make sure you just like you dive with that person in general before you start stuff, because you know this is one of the reasons I don't do mail collabs. I've been shipped stuff and the dude didn't like what I made, and it was just like, well, what do you want me to say here?
Sorry. All shoulders, just.
Yeah, like, sorry, I'm so sorry. There's still nothing but love, but yeah, it's just kind of just got to be that's the one way I've gotten around that one, is just making sure that I just do it in person. It's a lot easier to hash out everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any collaborations in the works right now as far as in-person stuff?
As far as in-person stuff, I'm getting some, I got some sections to Jeff Green. I believe he's either going to make some dry pipes and or a recycler for the Harvest Festival that's coming up in, man, like 20 days or something. It's on the 21st over here in Eugene. So we're getting that going. I think I'm getting something with Flexor going. I've got a couple jars going with my buddy Halden. And let's see what else is there. I might get something done with Oats. Yeah, that's just pretty much like in shop stuff, you know, a lot of in shop stuff. So yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Tell me a little bit about the glass scene up there in Eugene.
The glass scene up here in Eugene is very strong. There's a lot of people up here. Like, just the complex I work in has got like Deline Peralta, Mike Philpott, Rob Morrison in it. You know, Hood Rat, Cowboy. It's just crazy amounts of people. Big Tom Mente's over here. Just crazy amounts of people. Caleb Folks over in Deline.
Just talk to
Renee
him
Patchworth.
A couple of weeks ago.
Was that
to Caleb? We did an interview with him a couple of weeks ago.
Nice, hell yeah, that's awesome. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say hell.
You're good.
Sweet. So yeah, it's just the talent that is up here is crazy. You know, the Crunks are right outside town. Banjo's up here. It's just like, it's just crazy that it's like what is around.
Yeah.
You know, Buck's out in the woods. kind of like towards the beach, I guess. You know, yeah, Clinton Roman's up, half hour away. It's everything around it. It's just a hub. It never stopped being a hub, and that's really what drew me up here, was just all the heritage. And if people like you, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the most amount of time that you spent on a single piece?
So are we counting the hours that I just sit there and stare at it while it's on a blow tube as well, and just try and figure out what's going on with it? Or are we just counting hours that it's hot?
All of it.
All of it. So I have probably about 3 weeks, and this is that whole bubbler thing. This is one of my first bubblers that I was making. I ran myself into a little bit of a hole, and I pushed the downstem too far, and I wasn't going to be able to squish the bottom. And it just took me forever to just figure out what I wanted to do, how I wanted to work around it, just all that stuff. And this is just to get up the courage to make the moves, because I was liking how everything was coming out, even though I did put myself in this hole. So just figuring out how to work around it. And it was quite some time ago. It was probably a couple years ago when I was making this bubbler. So it was like I didn't have quite the experience underneath my belt. But yeah, that thing did take me about 3 weeks to just work through and figure out. I had to remake a few sections because I didn't like the colors, the way they were playing with each other, stuff like that. A lot of that happens is like, an average Sherlock seriously takes me probably 3 days, because I'll remake sections because I don't like the way the colors are coming out. So
do you use the sections that you choose not to use for something else, or do you toss those?
It depends on how much I don't like them. If I really ruin a section, it will never be used, or it'll get like melted down into a marble and then like swished up and then pulled out and then turned into turf pearls, because that is something that will look cool because I did manipulate it so much. But yeah, stuff like that, I don't really try and use big scale. If I'm really not digging a piece of prep, it doesn't really get used unless it's something like that. Like I said, pulling down turf pearls.
For sure.
But yeah, that's it. I'm very meticulous with what I try and do.
Nice. Have you ever competed at any events before? Like
I have not. I have not. I have not been in any competitions. I am terrible under the gun, and I watch it. It's a lot of fun for me. My mind personally doesn't really work like that. I'm not like a quick I've been watching the glass games over here in Eugene, the glass school, whenever they have their little thing going, and it blows my mind the way people are able to get like a piece of red this big and a piece of yellow this big, and like they're able to come out with like a man riding a horse, and I'm just like, wait, what? Like, you guys just were able to see that and make it happen in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that blows my mind, because my mind just doesn't work like that. I'm much more a methodical worker, and that's why I'm a very traditional shaped guy. I have a goal that I see, and that's what I'm trying to translate. I can hold something up and make it look like, okay, cool, I can make it look like that. I'm terrible at like translating random things from my head to my hands. So it's just one of those things that I'm just like, I'm a little bit intimidated by it, because it's just, I know how I work. But I wouldn't be opposed to it. Chance would be fun. You're able to bring some pieces of prep and just kind of work from there, and you're able to have it pretty much drawn out. So, that'd be fun.
Yeah, definitely. What sort of things can we look forward to for the future of the Bearded Menace glass?
I mean, just keep chugging. I mean, I'm bringing these facets in. That's going to be hot. I'm doing fumed wigwags now too. That's also, I'm working on that. So just dialing in colors there for fumed wigwags, and working on cutting up the tops of Sherlocks. And that's, yeah, I mean, just bubblers, two bubblers. I know I'm bringing them back. I'm going to be making big bubblers. I'm talking huge 9-inchers. I want those things to stand tall. Nah, but really, bubblers, stuff like that. I just want to just grow in places that I feel uncomfortable and that I want to feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah. I really want to clean up my shaping. I really want to, just clean up everything a little bit, but I want to still keep that old school feel.
Definitely.
So,
Do you still find the same love and passion you had when you started?
yeah, every day.
Nice.
Once in a while I get burnt, but then I just go to the shop and it's just kind of one of those things that where you're just like, when you're there, it's just infectious. It's just there. So, yeah, it's one of those things that, like, I may get burnt from time to time, but then I just go in and I'll just sit there and it's just the bugs there. So it's just like, all right, it calls. Let's do this. So yeah, I love this. I love what I do. I love to be able to say that I call this a job. I love to be able to say that I'm able to do this and it's able to put, food in my table and smiles on people's mouths. And, that's it. That's it. That's what I do it for, is just the smiles and the fact that I can call this a job.
Nice.
It's so great.
That's awesome. Anything else that you'd like to add?
I love everybody out there. I want to thank you guys for the support. I want to thank everybody else out there for the support. I wouldn't be here without you guys. Straight up, seriously, it's amazing that I'm able to call this a job. I know I sound really bad and like a broken record right now, but I thank my lucky stars every single day that I'm able to call this a job. And it's because you guys, it's because everybody out there that loves and supports me. I love y'all back, and I just want you to know that. Yeah, thank you for everybody, and let's hit 2021 running. 2021, right? Let's just take the rest of the year off, and we'll just throw up deuces to this whole dumpster fire that we've had, and yeah, hit 2021 running. There you go.
Well, thanks so much, man. Everybody, if you don't follow him at the Bearded Menace on Instagram. We really appreciate you doing this interview with us. You have a great.
I appreciate you, and everybody out there. Look forward to the giveaway that we're doing together. So
oh yeah, we'll have that posted up on Instagram. Y'all can enter into that.
Nice one, guys. Love you.
See you, man. Have a good one.
Nice one, Chris.
Huge thanks again to Dan for that super dope interview. Now we're gonna jump over and talk to Elev8 dolls.
It's Casey with Elev8, and I'm an Elev8 doll. But I really want to show you about my Super Surfer right now because I got it with my coupon code. So I got my Super Surfer customized, as you can see, with a sunflower on it. And Steve, the owner, he made me this custom amazing knob, which I love so much. So you can get one of these if you join and you get a 10% off code. You can get one of these with your discount. And I think that's swaggin', don't you? Like, how cool is this? You can also get a t-shirt or a pendant. All you have to do is go to elevate-glassgallery.com, look under info, look under partnerships, and sign up with us. Join the family. It's a really big family, and we are a lot of fun to be around.
Super fun as always hearing from you. We're going to talk with Teresa with Elev8 Vets now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Teresa here with Elev8 Veterans. I just want to say I love a Bearded Menace glass. Oh my goodness. His fume work is to die for. It's something that I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to achieve, but I don't know how many will. However, what I do want to talk to you about tonight is Elev8 Veterans. So Elev8 Veterans is a 501c3 here in Colorado Springs. However, we do have other branches in Washington State, Missouri, and even in Florida. But what we do is we aid in the rehabilitation of veterans back into society by providing access to alternative therapies. Those alternative therapies could be such as cannabis, glass blowing, chiropractic care, dietitians. It could be anything that you need to heal and to get off of opioids in a proper manner without killing yourself. We know that when you get out of the military that's the first thing they issue you or give you is opioids, and it's the hardest thing for us to overcome as veterans, because we want the medical care but we don't want the pills. So thank goodness cannabis has come along, and organizations like Elev8 Veterans. We have t-shirts here in our veteran support packages. You can purchase them at elev8glassgallery.com, and we will give proceeds back to Elev8 Veterans. So the veteran support packages start at $22 and they end at $888. It starts with a patch and ends with a Super Surfer customized with your image. We also have different products as well. But when you purchase a support package, say it's $22, $18 of that is going back to Elev8 Veterans. That other portion of the proceeds is going to supply the material and the shipping to you. So that's a great deal for Elev8 Veterans. Our Silver Surfer we have here, you can get with our image or with any image that you choose, as long as it's not trademarked. Or if it's on our website, you can choose that as well. We have our Super Soaker. It's my favorite glass cleaning device that anybody could ever offer. I just simply open it up when my arthritis, today it's -2 degrees in my mind. It's probably only 40, but my hands aren't working. So this generally is very easy. So what I do is I put my glass in here, and then I put my alcohol and my salt after I've warmed it up in the microwave. I close this up, I shake it on in, and then I take this off, put this back on my alcohol, pour it back in there, all the while getting my device, and it's clean. Rinse it off, I can use it again. So this is the Super Soaker, and it generally is a lot easier to get off, but like I said, veteran hands. We also have our handheld vaporizer, which is another healthy way to consume that can be customized. And then let's not forget, every first Saturday, our next one will be in December, where I will get professional glass blowers to come along, and they will donate their time and efforts in order to make beautiful pieces like this one. When this piece is done being made, I then sell it, and when the money comes in, it goes back to Elev8 Veterans, so that we can give more glass blowing lessons and vaporizers to veterans in need. I just want to say thank you so much to the community. This has been an awesome year and a half that we've been here. Maybe it's been 2 years. Goodness, I don't even remember. But anyway, happy Veterans Day earlier this week on Wednesday. And remember, Elev8, mind, body, and spirit.
And super awesome hearing from Teresa as always. Now we're getting to the end of our episode here this week, but before we go, we're going to sesh with y'all. So we're going to bring Sam in here real quick, and he's going to show us a little bit about the sidekick.
Hey, what's up, guys? Chris, thanks so much for having me on. Happy Friday, everyone. We made it through another big week, especially here at Elev8. We're making a lot of big moves. So it's finally that time that we can kind of sit back, relax, hang out with each other, and enjoy some of our finest products. Grab a bowl of your favorite herb, grab your favorite piece, and let's get down. I'm going to be using the Sidekick today, version 2. I've been using it ever since we came out with the version 1. Really, I love the unit. Works every single time. You just got to make sure you have some fresh batteries in there. But yeah, I got some Queen Mother Goji today that I'll be vaping on with you guys. Just basically already got some loaded up here, ground up in my grinder. Take a quick pinch, pack it in there. You can kind of just put as much as you wish to put on in there. Real easy to do. Sort of pack it down in there. And what I kind of like to do, I like mixing my flour with concentrate, give it that extra punch. So I got a little bit of home extracted dabs right here. I actually just put a little bit on the stir stick there. That way when it gets hot and melts down in, the herb kind of acts like a sponge, absorbs it in. and get full spectrum vaporization that way. So just basically put the lid on there. I'm gonna heat it up. I like to go about 7.5. Give it a quick stir, and then sort of just wait for it to heat up. On this specific sidekick, I did upgrade the mouthpiece to have a colored tip, so a little bit more of a unique flair. You can also do bubbler mouthpieces, even get the back of this engraved with your name or your logo or anything like that. So pretty quick heat up time on this thing. We're almost already there. Nope, just buzzed, so let's get down. Ooh, first draw. So good. Such good flavor. Give it a little stir with that stir stick. What that'll do is melt that concentrate right into the herb and kind of go from there. Oh yeah, getting it heated up, just like pretty much any vaporizer. Once the herbs are up to a certain level, that's when the extracts really come off, and you really get more vapor production rather than just good flavor. But yeah, the one thing I really like about this thing, it has basically a 16-inch air path. So long time from the heat source to your actual mouth. So lots of time for that vapor to cool off and really get the terpene profiles that you're looking for from your product. So what are you guys vaping on tonight? Put it down in the comments below. What you vaping on? What's your flower of choice? What are you vaping? Are you taking dabs out of a rig? Are you using our e-banger? Yeah, put a comment down below. There we go. Now we're getting some serious vapor production. Just gotta keep spinning it. Adjust the temperature a little bit. I'm up to 8 now. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Well, thanks again for session with us, guys. Man, we can't thank you enough for joining us each and every week. It's really an honor to hang out with you guys, and it's like we're kind of together, session out. It's not exactly 420, but it's got to be 420 somewhere. Hell yeah. So if you're looking for any sort of vape on the go, man, the Sidekick's really where it's at. It's got removable batteries in the bottom here. Meaning you can just get a bunch of batteries and set that thing up and use it all weekend long. If you have enough batteries, you can just keep piling them in there and never let the thing stop running. So really made with high quality products and everything. Aircraft aluminum on the housing. Really great borosilicate glass there. So it's just all around top notch unit. Version 2s are only $200 retail. And yeah, if you're interested in one and just want to give it a try, man, I would steer you towards the version 1, because honestly, the version 1 is only $125 retail right now. So it has almost everything that the version 2 has. A little bit worse of a bottom door. It does have 18350 batteries, so it won't last as long, but you can always get more batteries and kind of make that up. But if you want to try a good vaporizer, good portable vaporizer that will last you a long time. I've had this one for close to a year now. Had the version 1 for about 2 years before that, so really can't say enough about it. It's definitely one of my favorite devices that we make. Yeah, and I even got one of these Sidekick pins on my hat. That's how much I support. I had that thing on there since 2018. But the flavor profile is just, man, unmatched with a portable. That's one problem that I've seen is, like, lots of portables on the market. The heat source is just right next to the mouthpiece, like almost like perpendicular, or parallel, I guess. But yeah, so like when you're drawing in, that hot air immediately touches your lips and you get a bad sensation right from the get-go. Lots of those don't even have glass mouthpieces or anything like that either. So that's why I keep falling back to this thing. If you guys own a Sidekick, put it down in the chat below. Give us a like. Show us some of those hearts. Anybody vaping right now? Yeah, throw up those hearts, man. Well, awesome, guys. Thanks again for having me on, Chris. Everybody out there, thank you so much for everything that you do for us. You are our lifeblood, and yeah, it's an honor to serve you guys. So thanks again. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your Friday. Elevate, mind, body, and spirit.
Oh man, always fun to get down. Thanks again for tuning in this week for another awesome episode of Elevated 8. We'll see you again next week. Elevate, mind, body, and spirit.